Imagine holding a piece of knowledge that survived for over 2,000 years. Now imagine that hundreds of thousands of these once existed in a single place. This wasn't just a library, it was the greatest collection of human knowledge the ancient world had ever seen. It was called the Library of Alexandria. But this wasn't simply a building filled with scrolls. It was the greatest center of learning the ancient world had ever created. Its mission was astonishing, to collect every piece of knowledge ever written. And for centuries, they came remarkably close. Our story begins in 331 BC. Alexander the Great had conquered much of the known world, but his greatest legacy wasn't another battlefield victory. It was a city. On the Mediterranean coast of Egypt, Alexander founded Alexandria. He envisioned a city that would connect the cultures of Greece, Egypt, Persia, and beyond. However, Alexander died only a few years later. He never saw his vision fully realized. After his death, one of his generals, Ptolemy I, became ruler of Egypt. Ptolemy wanted Alexandria to become more than just a powerful city. He wanted it to become the capital of knowledge. They began building something unlike anything in history, the Library of Alexandria. Its goal was unlike anything the world had ever attempted: to gather every book, every scroll, every piece of knowledge from every corner of the known world. Ships arriving in Alexandria were searched for books. Any scroll they found was taken to the library. Expert scribes copied every word. The original was returned to its owner. The copy stayed forever. Within decades, the collection grew beyond imagination. Some believed it held hundreds of thousands of scrolls. History doesn't know the exact number, but everyone agreed it was the greatest library on Earth. Scholars traveled thousands of miles to study here. Mathematicians, astronomers, doctors, philosophers. The library became a meeting place for the greatest minds of the ancient world. Here, ideas were challenged, debated, and improved. Knowledge didn't simply survive here. It evolved. Every generation built upon the discoveries of the last. The library wasn't just preserving history, it was creating the future. For a moment in history, it felt as if humanity could learn everything. Then, everything changed. One of history's greatest mysteries: what really happened to the Library of Alexandria? No one knows how it ended. Some blame Julius Caesar. Others believe it disappeared centuries later. The truth may never be known. The first suspect was Julius Caesar. In 48 BC, he arrived in Alexandria. Egypt was already in the middle of a civil war. Caesar found himself caught in the conflict. Then came the fire. Caesar ordered his ships to be burned. The flames spread through the harbor. Some ancient writers claimed the fire reached the library, but no one knows if it really did. The evidence simply isn't there. But Julius Caesar wasn't the only suspect. Some historians believe the library survived long after Caesar. It continued welcoming scholars for generations. The decline may have happened slowly, not from one fire. Instead, the library may have faded over centuries. Wars, politics, and changing rulers. Bit by bit, scroll by scroll, the greatest collection of knowledge slowly disappeared. Until one day, the Library of Alexandria was gone. But its legacy never disappeared. Many of its ideas survived through copies, helping shape the world we know today. The library may be gone, but the pursuit of knowledge lives on. So, what do you think happened? Tell me in the comments.